Tupelo Smiles is a top-notch group. They're very compassionate about what they do. They've given me the smile that I've always wanted. I've been a patient for 15 years and I wouldn't go anywhere else. I just love Tupelo Smiles.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thanks as always for tuning in with us here at Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm meteorologist Maggie McCauley, tracking out some more cloud cover for your day ahead. If you're waking up with us, the last few mornings have been nothing but sunshine and clear conditions, and that's not the story this morning. Take a look. Satellite and radar over the past few hours, you can see the cloud cover just streaming in across the Mississippi River into North Mississippi. Rain not far behind it, but not going to be reaching us today in places like northern Arkansas from Fayetteville over into Van Buren. As I said, though, today we're tracking dry conditions, just a lot of cloud cover in the mix overall. You can see it here on some of our cameras. Here's over in Caledonia, nice conditions. When clouds do stream in, I will say it makes for a really nice sunrise and sunset. So take a look at this. I'm going to step out of the way and show you a full view of it. Beautiful ongoing conditions with those clouds streaming in, kind of cotton candy skies out of there. And temperatures still cooler this morning. Not as cool as the past few, but still in the 40s for a lot of our areas, like over in Caledonia. Let's take another look, a little bit of a different place over in Mabin, Mississippi. Beautiful ongoing skies out of that camera as well. As always, thank you for the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for lending us your camera network, letting us get to see these overall nice conditions to start off our day. Temperatures in the 40s there. Some of us a little bit warmer who saw some cloud cover a little bit earlier. So if you're closer to the Mississippi River, yeah, you're going to be warmer than everybody else. 54 in Clarksdale, 56 in Cleveland, 50 up in Senatobia. The further east that you go, the cooler you are. So you can see a majority of northeast Mississippi in the 40s. 48 in Houston, 47 in Eupora, 45 in Lee County, 46 over in Columbus. So still a cool start to your day ahead. Over your first 12 hours, temperature is going to be getting near 50 if you're not already there by 8, into the 60s by 11, and we're going to be spending a majority of our afternoon in the low 70s with highs in the middle 70s. So definitely a lot of clouds out there and temperatures back in the 70s for your afternoon. A few degrees cooler, though, than we were yesterday. We'll be back in the 60s as we head into your evening hours. A great day to get out and enjoy it, because we are going to be tracking this system right here that's causing showers and storms this morning over in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. You can see kind of that extended warm front off of that low pressure system causing that rainfall. And we're just getting some blow off cloud cover because of it this morning and even into your afternoon. Let's put this into motion. As I said, all the way throughout your day ahead, this is at 3. All we're seeing is cloud cover from this system. Showers stay off to our west. Going into Saturday, though, that's when we start to see this system take a push to the east and us get some repercussions into the terms of rainfall because of that. So this is Saturday at 7. I think a lot of Saturday actually looks dry, so I would not be canceling your plans due to this. But let's talk about when we could see a few showers in the mix. I think as we head into those evening hours, so maybe some dinner time plans, go ahead and bring the rain gear. That's when shower activity starts to move into the picture and really here ramping up as we head early in the day on your Sunday. So throughout your morning hours on Sunday, looking to be our main day for rainfall. Coming up next, we'll take it more hour by hour of what you can expect. But I do want to show you before we go, I got to do another school visit yesterday. I went to DeSoto Christian Academy that's over in Olive Branch. Let me go ahead and cut to this video. Give me just a few. So here it is. I got to go to DeSoto Christian Academy over in Olive Branch. They invited me in. As always, you can have us come speak to your classroom. Just email me, Maggie@msliveweather.com. But anyway, got to go and visit them. They were so sweet. Talked to their third graders. Here they all are waving. Again, they were so excited. They were going through their weather unit. So obviously they had a lot of questions about weather and broadcast. That's all of us together. And they just welcomed me with open arms and were so sweet. So really thankful to get to go inside the schools and visit and talk to kiddos, and hopefully maybe inspire a few to become meteorologists in the future. Somebody's going to have to take my job eventually, right? So really sweet time over there. Again, coming up next, we'll talk through your full 7-day forecast.
Visualize perfection, freshly picked ingredients, tantalizing flavors, sweet and sour intertwine, and dance into your glass. One-of-a-kind arrangements, hitting every note. Why wait for the weekend? It's on at the grill.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday out there. Thanks as always for starting off your morning here with Mississippi Live Weather. Take a look at Mississippi Live radar this morning, showing you it because I'm not looking at anything on radar this morning, even though we're dealing with some clouds. Streaming in, no rain, so nothing to slow you down in the weather department this morning as you're getting out on the roadways. Let me give you an overall view of what's going on because rain not far from us. This is the low pressure system we're going to be watching into our weekend, causing rainfall right now from Kansas, Oklahoma, over into portions of Texas, and just giving us, again, that blow off cloud cover kind of streaming in for our day ahead. That's really the only thing you can expect out there for your Friday, and it makes for a great sunrise. Take a look at this. Over in Aberdeen, you can see those clouds kind of streaming into the picture. Temperatures in the middle 40s there. Overall, a very nice sunrise if you haven't gotten out the door this morning. Great conditions out there. Same story. I showed the Winona camera last time we were on at 6:30, but it's just looking better and better, so I got to show it again. So here's a beautiful shot. I'm going to step off and show you this shot out of Winona. Yet again, beautiful ongoing conditions, just a few clouds kind of peeking in and out of the sky, making for a great ongoing sunrise if you're just waking up this morning with this. Temperatures in the 40s for a majority of Northeast Mississippi. So nice conditions out there. As for airport delays, I'm not tracking any major or moderate airport delays through all of our international airports nationally. And I'm keeping an eye over in San Francisco because that is the airport that Matt Lapon is coming into. Not sure if he's there yet, but that's where his flight is to from Australia to there. That long flight is what he was getting ready to board yesterday. So we'll have an update from him at the end of this live broadcast. You're going to want to stick around. So keep my eye on that airport. Everything looking good to go for him. Sticking here in North Mississippi, we are seeing temperatures eventually get into the middle 50s by 9, 60s by 10, middle 60s by 11. Just tracking a good mix of sun and clouds throughout your day ahead. High temperature is going to be a few degrees below what they were yesterday, but still warm out there. We're 70s across the board for majority of the area, even low 70s in places closer to the Tennessee state line, 75 in Lee County, 78 in Houston, further into the Delta, even the 80s still looking to return. So definitely an above average day ahead, but still nice out there. Nice for your high school game of the week presented by KC Lott. If you're headed out to those games, temperature is going to be still sitting in the 70s by those pregame times. Halftime, though, we're in the 60s. And by the time you're leaving, yeah, temperatures in the 50s. So probably going to need to take the hoodie or the light coat if you're anything like me, if you're headed out to sit through the entirety of those high school football games, but still a great forecast out there for it. Let's talk about your hour by hour throughout your weekend. If you got any weekend plans, stick with me. I'm going to take you all the way through your Sunday morning. As I said on Friday, though, we're good to go. Now through noon, I'm only tracking shower activity mainly across the Mississippi River in places like eastern Arkansas, all the way throughout your Friday. So dry conditions going to be sticking around. Only thing I'm tracking is cloud cover throughout your day ahead. Overnight, though, we could see a few showers try to creep into northwest Mississippi. Overall, on Saturday, I think we're going to be starting off on a dry note. In a majority of Saturday, I can't say this enough. I'm talking about a wet weekend, but a majority of Saturday is looking dry. So if you got any plans, maybe you want to get out and mow the yard, do any last-minute yard work, go ahead and do it on Saturday. I'm not tracking any rain even crossing over the Mississippi River until we head into the 11 o'clock hour. And I think that doesn't really hit a majority of our areas until we hit 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So unless you got plans 2, 3 o'clock and on, and even that's pretty sporadic in nature, not saying everyone's going to get a shower into the afternoon and evening, but that does become a little bit more prevalent as we head overnight. So back half of Saturday, yeah, some shower activity, but more as we head into Sunday. Watch this. That's when we start to see this final push of widespread rain from that low pressure system finally swinging through. 8 a.m., I think northwest Mississippi and then a good portion of northeast Mississippi fully drenched in some rainfall. I'm not looking at anything severe out of this as it pushes through. That threat really stays off to our south, but that doesn't mean we couldn't see some heavy downpours as you're getting ready for work, church, maybe getting out early on your Sunday. You're going to want the rain gear with you. This is going to continue to push through throughout your mid-morning hours as well. So front half of Sunday looking very wet out there. Forecasted rainfall from this system, some well-needed rainfall out there. Take a look at this. 2 inches over in the Delta, southern Arkansas, even 3 inches in places like northern Louisiana. Closer to home, though, northeast Mississippi looking to pick up anywhere between 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Widespread. So everybody getting in on this rain. So that's some good news out there. A full look at your weekend forecast. 70s out there for Saturday. Turns into the 60s for Sunday. Drop in temperatures for your weekend. Again, best rain chances are going to be on your Sunday. We're looking at below average conditions. I know, I said it, below average. When is the last time I've said that? Extended below average conditions as we head into, yeah, you guessed it, Halloween and the start of November. So pretty cool forecast. Let's take a look at it on your 7-day. Temperatures in the 70s throughout the next few days. We take it back to the 60s on Sunday. Take a look at your next work week. We start off the week with pretty unsettled weather pattern conditions. So I know there's truck or treats going on and different things of that nature throughout next week. I just want you to keep up with the forecast. Right now, models are kind of all over the place when it comes to next work week, but there's pretty good chances of at least some rain happening between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of your next work week. So if you got any plans, I just encourage you to continue to keep up with our forecast as we get closer to these times. Temperature-wise, though, we're in the 60s, upper 60s, Tuesday and Wednesday for highs, even low 60s, Wednesday to Thursday. So definitely some cooler conditions out there ahead. So definitely something at least to look forward to if you like the cooler conditions. As I said, our chief meteorologist, Matt Lawpon, is on his way back right now from Australia, but here's his update before he left.
Well, hello from an early Friday morning. It is 5 a.m. time here. I guess technically the Brisbane time zone in Australia. We are getting ready to head out the door and fly out to San Francisco, and then eventually from San Francisco back to, I think, Houston, and from Houston back to Memphis, and from Memphis back to Tupelo. It's going to be a long 30-some hours worth of travel once again. The funny thing is that we leave here in a few hours. We get in at about 6 a.m. to San Francisco on Friday morning, and we get back to Tupelo Friday at like, I think 6 or 7 p.m. So technically, if you look at travel time, between the time we leave the airport here to there, it's really only 12 hours travel time, but we cross the international date line, so yeah, flips out all around. So it's been a wonderful trip. We might give you one travel update halfway through. We'll see if the hair looks quite so not gray. Again, appreciate the good folks at MLM for sponsoring our Wonders of Australia tour. But from Mooloolaba Beach for the last time in Australia, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon from Mississippi Live Weather.
What a great update from Matt. We have really enjoyed those updates. I know you guys have too. And thank you so much to MLM Clothiers for letting us see all of his adventure over in the land down under. Very, very cool that Matt got to go and do that and kind of bring us along as well. Of course, we'll be on one more time this morning in the next 15 minutes at 7:30. Make sure to tune in one more time there. I'll have all of your SEC football forecasts. So, hey, if you're headed to the Mississippi State game or maybe traveling for Ole Miss and Alabama, I'll have a full look at those Coast forecast coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.